I have never in my life loved anything the way I love Molly
Right?
Elizabeth.
It's hard to yeah,
Not to be confused with never have I loved anything more, because that gets in tricky territory when you're married. I love my husband just as much, if
right.
not more than Molly, but it's a different kind of love. Of I've
Yeah,
never loved any being the way that
it's
I love Molly.
maternal love. Whose love was harder to gain, your dog's or your husband's?
My dog.
So maybe that's the barrier to entry was higher.
Molly is like a cat, much more. I think I told you we were roommates for the first year and a half that I had Molly. We were cordial roommates, and that I it took a while. It took a while to move from roommates to friends to now we are in love. She is my child, and I will have to be sedated when she's gone.
I think that's why well, I mean, I think you'd love her. A different type of love that much, but maybe Tom should have been harder to get.
And then I would love him more.
Yeah.
Oh, play hard to get, and things are really going to flourish.
Yeah. They're not already flourished.
Well, that's what you're making it sound like. That
No,
this
no, no,
is
I think they're flourished, I just think they could okay, maybe flourish more if he was harder again. Yeah. Do you wanna do an intro?
yeah. Okay.
Welcome to, I guess this is our 30s, the podcast where two friends dive into new hobbies in the search of something that sparks joy. Honest, funny, and a little imperfect. It's proof that figuring things out can still be fun. So grab a drink, get comfy, and join us.
Welcome back. I'm Emily.
And I'm Julie.
I'm gonna jump back into I guess this is our 30s.
Yeah, second episode, episode 2.
Episode 2. Julie, do you want to so we left off last time picking a hobby, going through the for some short, for others significantly longer list of hobbies and narrowing it down to choose one to try to start off. And Julie, you landed on rock
Rock
painting,
painting.
right? Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
landed on cooking.
You first landed on pottery,
Right, yes,
and then
yes.
we
I
had to
first I was gonna do right. My number one choice was pottery spinning, with the understanding that if that wasn't gonna work out, cooking was number two.
did you make a
Pottery spinning.
sauce? Oh, sorry.
Did I make the what?
I said, "Did you make a sauce?" But we can get to that later. I'm just
Yeah,
invested.
I'm just fearful that my feedback is gonna be underwhelming, but that's okay. It's part of the process. We pivoted to cooking because there seems to be two spots that felt viable to choose from when it came to pottery spinning. Because other than that, it was a bunch of I don't know if these are everywhere or if they're more local to New Jersey, but like a time to kiln. Do you know what that is?
Is that, like, where they have pottery and you paint it?
Yeah, it's essentially where you plan children's birthday parties.
Yeah, I went there with my aunt, like, 2 months ago.
No, I love it. Tom and I went on a date there like maybe a year
Yeah,
ago. It was
not what you were
fun.
looking
Certainly not what
yeah.
I was looking at. That is not the hobby that I want to pursue long term, is
They're
sitting in
expensive.
child-sized chairs in amongst birthday parties every week. So that left me with two locations to pick from. And the one, which I feel better about, only does it in maybe 6 session chunks, which I
Okay.
feel like would give me a good opportunity to see a hobby through. But it was not the start time for one of those seasons of sessions.
Okay.
So I have to revisit that at a different time. It's not the most affordable hobby in the world. I think for 6 sessions it was maybe $350.
Okay.
So I mean when you break it up
You break it
into
out.
six, it's not terrible. It just so I will revisit that in a few weeks to decide if that is something I'm feeling really compelled to commit $350 and 6 weeks. Well,
Yeah.
no. So we landed on cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And affordability is important. I will say, like, rock painting, very cheap, very
Accessible.
cheap.
Very accessible hobby.
Yeah, and every time, we went out to eat, you know how in front of restaurants, they have all those rocks normally? My dad would say, "It comes with the meal, just grab one," because he was
I
getting annoyed. Because
love a supportive
yeah,
dad.
we can get into it later, but finding rocks is not easy.
It isn't.
Um,
It's not
but
always easy.
yeah, but I will say cheap. All you need is paint
Yes.
and a paintbrush, and it was like I think I invested $30 because I wanted all the colors, but
The paint.
that was, like, the high end. $30 is the high end for rock painting. I would say
Investment.
$10, you're in the game.
You can get you in. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but
I love an accessible hobby.
so you pivoted to cooking.
To cooking.
Yeah,
Yes.
cheaper. You need to do it.
Cheaper. Yeah. Well, yeah, yes, and you raise an excellent point because
I
I
wanted to
think
ask you about it. Yeah.
that is what the takeaway, at least right now, how the takeaway felt for me was this doesn't super feel like a joyful hobby. This just kind of feels like a chore. This just feels like something that I have to do. Um, I I want the skill of being a great cook without actually having to spend 6 hours a week practicing the craft. I
Right.
want to be able to,
Skip
on
the
a
hard
whim, be able to just whip up a really wonderful meal for friends, family, whatever, and have it come really naturally. But I don't. It doesn't feel super joyful for me. I get home from work most nights. 30.
Oh
Um,
my oh, right, well,
yeah,
that's when people are off work and
yeah,
have their
right.
sessions,
So I
yeah.
tend to like start work maybe a little later. I'll start work usually around 10 and then I'll work until maybe, I don't know, 7:30 and then I wrap up and I get home around like 8:15. Um, so 8:15 at night is not when the joy hits me to want to then spend 2 hours kind of creating this really nice meal. So I don't know. I don't know if I still want to pursue it as a skill because I think it's a good skill to have. I don't think it's going to be the joyful hobby that makes me feel really enriched.
That was when I was thinking about, like, "Okay, what can I ask Emily about cooking?" The first thing that came to mind was I also had cooking on my list. It was something that, I also want to feed friends and family and then not think it's gross, but I
Mhm.
don't really wanna practice.
Yeah.
And the first thing top of mind was, like, I wonder if you can clearly people have cooking as a passion. There's so many people who talk about it, but I wonder if it's harder or, like, a more niche hobby or passion because it's something everyone has to do, so it feels like a chore, and it feels like, "Well, I'm
Yeah.
doing this anyway, why do I" you know? I was wondering how you would feel about it, so it sounds like you feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost felt at times angry. I was like, God damn it,
Well,
I need
that's
to
a
fucking cook so I can report back about this hobby. And I think that feeling is a clear indication that this is not this is not a passion that's gonna spark joy for me.
yeah, but anger is a passionate emotion,
That's
which is
true
that's good, but maybe the opposite end of the spectrum.
of what we're
That
going for here.
yeah, so, I mean, good first attempt, just completely opposite of what you wanted.
But that's part of finding your passion is also ruling out what is definitely not gonna be your passion.
Right. Did you make anything good? Do you have a list of recipes you tried, or were you
Well, no,
were you
and this
so
is
angry you tore them up? You burned them to the ground?
the thing, and it's funny because I feel like the way I engaged with this hobby over the last 2 weeks is almost like the way that at times I would engage with homework while in school, which was in a way of like, oh my God, I have to hand this thing in and I really don't want to do it. How can I put the least amount of effort in, but to for the teacher to still say, okay, you did enough.
Yeah.
Um, and again, I think that's really indicative that this is not, at least at this time in my life, this is not the thing that's going to spark joy because I have like random things that I made, but not full recipes because it was like, okay, I guess this counts as cooking. I made homemade
Cereal?
croutons for my salad. Yeah, sure, I'm
Oh,
putting something in the oven. I made a
Switzerland?
homemade salad dressing. Okay, this time using an appliance, this counts. Meal prepping and like meal prepping things of okay,
That's
I'm
hard to be
making
passionate about.
make right, like I've
Meal prepping's
made
a drag.
rice and chicken that I'm gonna use throughout the week of yeah, okay, that's cooking. So that counts. And then so two things. The only full like recipe that I made this soup, which I felt very excited to get to use my slow cooker for the very first time.
Cool.
That's exciting to use new appliances. Um, so there's that. I can talk a little more about that. And then
Soup.
what did spark the most joy, I feel, which is maybe something I'll pivot more to, is I did some baking.
Oh,
Um, that felt more joyful for me than
okay.
the cooking.
Did do you think the passion is just getting new appliances? Like, do you think that could be that could be the
Essentially. Yeah. No, and I think specifically slow cookers or slow cookers, you
I
have
love
a
that.
you love it, so you are not a novice when it comes to a slow cooker.
I have 3 recipes in the
I
slow
love that.
cooker, and that's it. So I would still say novice.
But I think this is what threw me off a little bit is this contraption. It feels like it has multi purposes. I don't know. It felt like a lot. It felt overwhelming to utilize, which is why it took
Yeah.
me so long to utilize it. I've had it for maybe 8 months. So it
Yeah.
took me a little bit to
Was
warm
it a
up.
wedding present?
It was a wedding present.
You missed it.
Well, and this is one of the things. My mom was kind of like, "Oh, yeah, this is you should really have some form of crock pot or slow cooker on your registry. You're really going to use it." So it was. I didn't put it on my registry out of joy. It was kind of like, okay, my mom said this is something that adults have. I should maybe have this because I'm getting married, and that's what you do when you are an adult. So you have a crock pot. Um,
Yeah, I feel like adults do have crock pots, like, no college kid or, like, young ad yeah, I feel like you have to be mature to have a crock pot. Yeah, yeah, your mom's not wrong there. I think it's good to have on a shelf.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, man, okay. Okay, so no joy in cooking. It was more like hatred or frustration, but baking seems like a potential.
So I think cooking could be joyful for me if I didn't have a job.
That's
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
'cause you have to eat, and you have a if you don't have a job, you have more time
Time.
dedicated.
More time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think baking's also time intensive, so I'm curious you don't have to pick that next, but I'm curious if you do, how
How
you
that
would
would feel.
feel about that. Maybe the end product matters a lot more to you than the process. Like, maybe you're just really excited for it.
You know what I'm also laughing about is with the recipe, the one actual recipe that I did do, um, what I find so funny about this is it was I don't know, well, one of my gripes about cooking, at least as a novice, is everything takes longer than they say it's going to take.
Yeah, and the
The thing
prep time, triple it.
right. So
Yeah,
that I didn't like that.
they
Feeling
cook too fast.
right. I don't like that. You told me this was gonna take 45 minutes and now I am 90 minutes in and it's not done yet. That is very frustrating for me. So while the prep work did take longer than anticipated, I'm laughing because part of the thing with a slow cooker is you don't really do much.
Well, in the morning,
You
yeah,
know, there was about 25 to 30 minutes of prep. It said 15. I think it was closer to 30 minutes of prep. And then it just sat in the pot for 4 hours.
but you do have to wake up early before work,
Right.
get everything together, smell dinner foods at breakfast, which I do not like to do,
Yeah.
and I
Right.
feel like that's okay. It doesn't have to be hard.
Right. I'm just the more I think about this, the more it's because I want the skill. I want the skill of cooking, but the more I think about it, I so many thoughts that are coming up for me are negative, which is unfortunate because even with
Come
the
up.
slow cooker, well, yeah, like new things, just
You're
new
flooding.
negative things keep coming up. What one of the things that comes up for me about the slow cooker is my anxiety. I do not think would let me turn an appliance on in the morning and leave the house for work all day and
Yeah,
then come home to a meal that's done.
I agree with that. I work from home, so, like, I feel comfortable doing it, but I think about that all the time. Like, I won't run out of the house and do
No.
errands if I have the slow cooker on. Yeah,
So it
yeah,
has to be a weekend thing for me,
yeah.
which is fine. But
But
then
you have
that's
to
just
eat every
horrific.
day.
Right.
Well, I guess not technically, but you
You
should eat
should.
every day.
You should.
Yeah,
I highly
yeah,
recommend it.
yeah. Well,
So
I'm sorry. So is it safe to say, like, you did not find your passion these 2 weeks?
I
Is that
no, I
the
did not. I enjoyed trying a new appliance. I enjoyed recognizing that this appliance is not scary and that it is something that I can utilize again in the future. I really liked flipping through recipe books and picking out things that I would like to try
okay.
to make.
They do have nice pictures.
They do.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, I'm gonna keep trying to develop the skill of cooking, but I think it is safe to say it is not my passion.
It's fair. I just wanna end this with I think it's funny you think new appliances aren't scary, which is a great outcome to come to fruition with, but you use power tools with your dad all the time now. And I think it's funny that a power tool is fine, but a slow cooker.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
You don't need an explanation, it's just an observation.
observation. It's a valid observation. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think hmm, that
Maybe
is
it's
that's
the immediate
interesting.
gratification, like you
I
cut something
do
with your
yes, I
hands, you know.
do love immediate
Yeah.
gratification. Power tools are great for that.
Yeah, you know if you mess up or not immediately.
Yes,
Yeah,
immediately get the results. Although I did no power tools were used. I hung a shelf in my closet yesterday that is not straight.
but you know it's not true.
It's not straight and so and I can just close the door. It still does what it needs to do. I can close the door, pretend like it's not crooked.
Okay.
I think what feels different for me is I get angry. I get actually angry if I spend 2 hours cooking something, trying something for the first time, and if it turns out terrible, there's a rage that just seeps up inside of me in a way that doesn't exist if something goes wrong with the power tool. For
Right.
that, it kind of feels like, oh, well, it happens. And at least I'm trying and I'll try again and it's part of the process. Um,
Hmm.
so the
Not to
rage doesn't show up the way it does in cooking for me.
not to get deeper than it needs to be, but do you think maybe it's because cooking's a traditionally female thing and power tools are traditionally masculine, so you put less pressure on yourself? This might be too deep, but I'm
No,
just curious.
I do. Maybe there's a level of that of, oh, I'm not really expected to be good
Yeah,
at the
you have
power
a
tool
feel.
stuff. But yes,
Yeah.
so if I fail, oh well, it's still cool that
I'm
I
met
tried.
expectations.
Right, it's still, yeah,
Yeah,
it's still really cool that I felt confident enough to try, but right, yeah, I think there might be something there. But if I fail with with cooking, then it's kind of like, oh, we should
yeah,
maybe be better at this.
interesting. I mean, I feel that way, but I feel like you're I don't know, I feel like again, this is something where, like, I feel like you're different than me, but, like, I feel a lot of joy exceeding people's expectations, being like, "Oh,
That's
they
good,
just
yeah.
plug next to that electrical outlet because it needs to be tied to something." Like, that's so simple and something, like, a lot of people should know, but I always exceed expectations with, like, something
With
stupid.
knowing that.
Like, not stupid, but something so basic. But with cooking, if I cook a bad meal and it's elaborate, I'm like, "Oh, like, this really." Like, I served Tyler's dad a hot lemon meringue pie because I didn't have enough time to cool it, and it was like, I still think that was 2 years ago, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, it tasted good, but
Gonna be a
it was just
terrible provider
melted.
for his son. It feels easier to kind of put that and the home stuff in the category of, oh, like we tried, and sometimes projects like this cost more than you think, and that's just part of how it goes. Whereas if go to the grocery store and I spend $200 on groceries and then I make a meal with $70 of those groceries and it's terrible, I actually feel like I just light money on fire. And that feels really negative for me.
Should we pivot to rock painting?
I think we have to pivot to rock painting.
Yeah, I have a lot of mixed emotions. I don't think I felt rage. That might have been the
Okay.
one that I didn't feel, but I
Okay.
think I felt all the others. The first week was panic because I couldn't find a
Mhm.
rock. I literally I'm convinced the people who again, I guess it's debatable if there's an avid rock painting community. We haven't
Mhm.
decided if it's just children and activities or if there's, like, avid rock painters. But if there are avid rock painters, I feel like they must live near streams or, like, near beaches where, like, rocks get smooth from water.
That would make sense. That would make
Yeah.
sense.
I'm in an area with no streams, no
Yeah.
no ponds, so that was very stressful, so the first couple rocks, I didn't end up painting them because I found better ones. Like, I found these tiny rocks, and I was like, "Okay, like, this one's not too bad."
That yeah, you
But
would need to be a very precise painter
I was
because
very
it's so small.
stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my dad suggested whenever we ate out, like, "You paid for a meal, Julie, just take a rock," and I did
Take her off.
once, but I felt so bad I had to put it back. I got all the way to the car with the rock in my tote bag, and I was
Uh,
like, "Dad, I can't do this." And, like, I
yeah,
took it I looked like a freak because there was people coming in and out of the restaurant.
that's
I took
okay.
the rock out of my tote bag and then put it back in the spot I got it.
I I think it would have been okay for you to take the raw. And I love a hobbyist with a moral compass.
If anything, it showed, I have strong morals when it comes to outdoor rock.
No, yeah, and I think that says a lot about your character.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Week 2, I still didn't find great rocks, but we got bigger in scale.
Okay.
But I'll show you the first rock I painted was small because, again, this was, like, the end of the first week, it was panic. Have you ever seen Marcel the Shell, the
Of
YouTube?
course, yeah.
This rock looked like Marcel, so I painted him
For a
because it was, like,
second, I thought you found it painted, and I was
painted.
like, "Oh my gosh, how what a coincidence that is that you found a painted rock that looks like Marcel the Shell. That's
My
amazing."
passion is
No,
stealing
you did
people's
that.
rocks. Paint
You are the one that made it look that way. Okay,
Yeah, no, 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 my passion is I can't take a restaurant rock, but if someone spent time painting it, I just take
fine.
yeah. But
Wait, let
he
me
was
see again.
yeah.
Amazing.
He's kind of the color of the rock, so that was
Yeah,
an
that's okay.
unfortunate discovery.
That's alright.
I wanted to add shoes to him because he has his
Mm,
shoes, but I couldn't find the right rock, and so that's where my emotions really because I really wanted him to have shoes, and that really maybe that was the most angry I felt because it's like this hobby is so dependent on your rocks.
Yeah,
And I think you're right. Maybe I put too much faith into the rocks.
I'm sorry.
So then I
For the record, I didn't want to be right about that.
no. Well, you were right about a couple more things, but that's a week 2 discovery, so we'll get there, but you were Emily, you were spot on. If you weren't a therapist, I would say you should be a rock like a rock I don't even know, a rock storyteller. I don't
Okay.
know. But it was yeah. So I found this is probably my most proud rock. It's painted on the other side. I found this, and I'm like, "It's
Beautiful rock.
clear what this should be. So tell me what you think it should be."
A potato?
Okay. I thought it looked like a foot or a muscle.
Yep,
And
I can see that.
yeah, I hate feet, so I painted a muscle. You see
That's
it?
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, but,
Beautiful.
it I liked painting it. It was fun, but I
And
found
just wait, hold on. For our
oh,
many viewers that
present.
that are listening on their preferred platform but not watching us on YouTube, muscle as in the shell, not the
Yeah.
thing that you find in your body.
Yeah.
Important because when you said muscle, my mind went to,
Like
oh,
a
like
bicep,
I wonder what kind of muscle she views
the
this
foot
as.
muscle?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
the type of muscle that you would find at the beach,
Yes, it's
and it's
black and
beautiful.
gray and white,
Beautiful.
and I'll put
Love
a
it.
yeah. We have the video up on Spotify too if you wanna look, but
Oh, so
if you're just
there's
listening,
no
just know it's, like, very photorealistic.
very
Yeah.
photorealistic. This is
Yes.
not cartoonism. This is not abstract. No, this is you would mistake it for a muscle.
Yeah, someone probably would try to eat it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Like,
like a
they're
seal. I wouldn't try to eat it.
you're smarter than the population, you think?
Well, I just don't eat. Well, I don't really like shellfish in general, but I wouldn't pick up a mussel off the sand to eat it.
Surrounded by other
I would
road
let someone at a restaurant prepare it for me, and
okay.
then I would eat it. But hey, maybe that's because I'm not a shellfish enthusiast. Some people may do that.
Maybe. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Well, that's so I liked painting it,
Okay.
um, but I found that it was an avenue for me to sit in front of the TV, and, like,
Okay.
I just ended up watching TV very long because I was like, "Well, I need to finish my rock."
Right.
So,
Right.
that's when I started, well, I was already going downhill when I couldn't find rocks the first week. So
Yeah.
that expedited my speed down the hill because I was like, "This just feels like an avenue that I feel better watching more TV."
This is my my means to get more screen time.
Yeah, and it was,
Okay.
like, trash TV too. It was, like, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It was not
Okay.
it was not good, but I did like it was
Congrats.
peaceful, painting, but I think I need something more involved. But, so then, my niece came over,
Love it.
and I had all these rocks to paint, and I only painted
Okay.
Marcel and my muscle, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Izzy," her name's Isabella, we call her Izzy.
Love it. Good
"Izzy, do
name.
you wanna paint rocks with me?" And she loved it.
Was
30
into it.
she had the most joy I've ever seen, and I was,
Amazing.
like, really happy, I was having such a good time, and then 15 minutes into us painting rocks, I was like, "Emily, you brat." It's like, "Emily, this is a great activity for your kids to sit down," and she was in it for, like, 35, 40 minutes, and she made this rock.
She did amazing.
She used every color.
She did amazing.
Yeah.
This is and listen, I love a hobby. We go back to pickleball. It's a hobby that can last through multiple generations. I love a hobby that can span lifetimes. I think that's important. Um, I used to paint rocks when I would work with younger kids.
You withheld information.
Sometimes we would paint rocks together, and and it was always a hit. It always made for a good time.
Yeah, like, I felt good watching her do it,
Okay.
but I, like oh, and she also did this one. which we love.
She's an
Pink.
artist.
Yeah, she narrowed down her colors on this one, which I thought was
Okay,
good.
she found her palette. Love it.
Yeah, well, when she first painted this rock, and I don't know if we wanna describe it for people just listening, it has 15 bright colors in it, no gray, but it turned gray.
Wait, the gray isn't the rock? No. Oh, I
No.
thought there were just some very intentional abstract strokes. No,
Well,
it is
they are
the
intentional.
whole. Yeah, yeah,
Everything's
of course,
intentional.
of course. But the whole, I didn't realize that the whole rock was covered in paint.
Yeah, it is.
Just the gray hue of the rock itself.
Yeah, no, she
No,
made
no,
her
no,
own
no. Got it.
but when she was picking out colors, because she's working on her colors, like, the paints came with, like, a little cardboard that said all the colors, and she would point to it, and then I'd have her find the paint,
Uh-huh.
and the first one she picked was taupe, and I was like, "This girl has an advanced
Classy gal.
color palette,"
Classy gal.
and then
Yes.
she picked white and then black, and I was like, "She is mature," and then
Yeah.
we went to hot pink.
Okay. She was just laying down a good base.
Yeah, yeah, she started with neutrals. I don't know if black counts as a neutral or what, I don't know. Yeah, so she started yeah, modern. Like, taupe being the first pick, I was like, "Wow." She doesn't even know how to say it.
Educated girl. But
Yeah.
she knows what she likes. She has good taste.
Yeah, so then after that, I felt so much joy watching her. I was like,
Mhm.
"Maybe if I emulate her her experience with it, I would feel better." But I couldn't let myself go. I just couldn't I don't
And
have the
childlike joy that she has.
I don't have it. I'm like so this was my attempt to paint like her,
I
but,
love
like,
it.
it doesn't look anything like hers, like, it's not even nearly as
Right,
happy.
because one is authentic, the other is forced.
The other's
You
forced.
can't force childlike joy.
Exactly, and I was like, I don't have the self-restraint to let go. Like, I can't let go like she can let go.
Well, I think the big problem there is that you're prioritizing self-restraint around the concept of letting go. I think that may be a
Yeah, mhm. Yeah, I yeah, I mean, what else should I don't have the ability to let go. I think, doing these dashes, like, killed me. I was like and I tried to pick colors that didn't match, but I know I was trying to make a match.
right. It was yeah.
Yeah, so I just Izzy really shined here, and I hate to admit it, but I think you were right. That rock painting may just be a kid activity that I should partake in when a kid's around.
Okay.
Maybe not a solo quest. Yeah.
And maybe, but it's because it sounds like you got a lot of joy out of watching your
I
niece
did.
experience that joy.
Yeah, oh my god, and whenever she got it on her finger, or she got it on my hands a lot, she would take my hand and put it in the brush cleaning water.
Water. Amazing.
Yeah, and then she would take out my like, she really jammed it in there, and she'd take it out, and she'd be like, "Still dirty." I'm like, "Well, you need to rub it." Like, it just doesn't come off, you need to rub so then we learned how to use the paper towel to rub it off. Yeah, so similar to you, I think we arrived at the same conclusion that our first hobbies were
Huh.
not
Not our lifelong passion.
ideal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
And that's okay.
yeah, that's totally fine, and if
Mhm.
you're into rocks, move to a better area with rocks. That's my main
Sure. That's fair.
yeah, and if you're into cooking, quit your job.
Right. Quit your job so that you have more time so it feels joyful and
Mhm.
not like a chore is what I
Yeah,
would recommend
I think
for
those are big 2
yeah.
takeaways.
Yeah. Yeah. Quit your job and move to the beach, essentially. Is what we have gathered.
Feel very, impossible if you do both at the same time.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Oh, well,
um
where do you see yourself pivoting from here? I feel like I have inspiration
okay.
now, but did you gain inspiration? And
So I do baking feels like it wouldn't be a logical pivot from this point. I really don't even like saying this out loud because I would love to be a person that doesn't have TikTok, but I do in fact have TikTok. Um
TikTok dancing.
no, no, not TikTok dancing. But when I was scrolling on TikTok one day over the last week instead of cooking, um I came across this thing that I purchased, and I have TikTok. I'm not a TikTok purchaser, but I did actually purchase this thing. Are
What?
you kidding me? I'm just now looking, and the estimated delivery date is between November 9th and 11th. So it's delayed, so I thought I was gonna get it sooner.
Oh, it's
But let me
okay.
show
There's no
you what it is. It is
yeah.
called Portable All Scenario Embroidery Stitch Book and Professional Sewing Kit.
Oh my gosh.
So it is this little book that has different patterns
Okay.
for you to practice learning how to embroider.
Okay. Wait, that's so cute that it's in like a book and portable. You don't need to get a big machine, and that was your concern.
Right. And I don't
Yeah.
have to try on like sweaters for the first time because it gives you a bunch of patterns
Okay.
and step-by-step ways to learn how to do different stitches.
Mm.
Um, and I feel this could be because one of my big takeaways was I feel like I need to try something that isn't gonna, I'm not gonna put pressure on, it's not gonna feel like homework. I'm not gonna put pressure on
Yeah,
myself.
you don't
And
have
this feels right.
yeah.
This feels like something, oh, you could do 20 minutes here, you could do 30 minutes there. If you could do it kind of wherever you want to do it, it feels like it may have an opportunity to be more joyful. But I thought that was going to come in the mail like tomorrow or the next day. I have a few weeks to wait, almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks until it's coming.
You can always extend cooking 2 more weeks.
I could. I am going to.
I
I'm
don't
going to
want
pivot to baking.
okay, but, like, if you feel too much pressure, it's
Right.
o
It's
like,
a part of
don't
the journey.
honestly, I rock painted, like, 3 days, and I was like that was the nice part, like, I didn't you don't have to rock paint every day to live.
Okay.
So, maybe if it's your passion, you do,
I want to do it every day.
but I did not want to ever do it except when my niece was here. So, yeah. So,
What
okay.
is your inspiration?
Well, my inspiration you can tell my niece really inspired me. I was like, "What's something as a kid I really loved to do, and, like, I should try again?" So, I was, like, trying to think what I loved to do as a kid, and this is a little unfair because I know I like it, but I've only ever done it with my dad, and that's, rockets, like, building rockets and, like, shooting them off. Like,
That's
that was, like
cool.
yeah, it was so fun, and we used to do it a lot as kids because there was a big field at our elementary
Okay.
school, and, like, you buy the rocket kit, and then you put it together, and then you paint it, and then you shoot it off, and it was so f like, I remember really enjoying that time with my dad, and it was
I love that.
so I know well, I guess I haven't done it in a long time, but I think I'm gonna really like it. I just don't know if I liked it because it was bonding with my dad or if it was like rockets are really cool. So, I'm interested to find that, and then when I was prepping for this to be the hobby, I guess I haven't ordered it yet, so maybe I might be in trouble too, but I found
Okay.
the exact rocket that we built together that we didn't end up shooting off because, I don't know, like, we just never shot it off, and then
Okay.
ended up getting thrown in the trash, like, years later because my dad moved, and
Okay.
so, like, it's the exact rocket we built together, but we just never finished,
I
so
love that.
I think I'm gonna get that one, and it's called the Renegade.
That I'm gonna look that sounds so fun.
Yeah, so I think that'll be fun. I don't think it's gonna be the most affordable hobby,
Okay. Okay.
so I don't know if it's practical, but maybe, like, a bi-monthly
Right. Yes. Like
or, like
special occasion hobby.
yeah, or maybe you get to the point where you can make your own without having a kit. I don't know.
That's fair. I'm sure people build their way up to that.
So that's gonna be my goal. And then I'm living with my dad right now because I'm helping him
Mhm.
after his surgery, and um, I'm just gonna tell him to back off. Don't touch it because this is
Oh,
my
right.
time.
So you don't want your
Yeah.
dad to be part of it this
Well, like,
time
I
around.
know I'll
Fair.
enjoy it if it's
Mhm.
my dad and I doing it together, so I'm gonna be very selfish, and I'm gonna say, "Get
See,
lost."
do I enjoy this even when you're not a part of it?
Yeah. "Get
Fair.
lost, dad."
I think
Yeah.
you need to say it just like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, "Get out, loser."
Yeah, fair. Okay,
"Do you need any water?"
I think that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So that's my goal.
Okay,
Okay.
I think those are good pivots.
Good pivots. Yeah, weird pivots, but good
We're yeah, and I mean the thing is I still have to cook because
Your hobbies never
I
end.
have to sustain myself. So if for any reason that tends to pivot and spark joy for me, I will report back. But when it was assigned as the hobby, joy is not working, and that's okay.
Yeah, well, and you and Tom, from what I remember, have
Mhm.
different tastes when it comes.
Yeah, that's another big barrier.
So it's like, if you put in all this work to cook and it's not something he
My
it's
husband's not even gonna eat it. That
yeah.
also takes joy out of it. Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of Tom, um, we had feedback, so we sent out
Okay.
our first episode went live 2 Mondays ago?
Yes.
Or no, last Monday.
No, last Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, and, I sent it to some of the bluntest, but not
Okay.
like a negative connotation, but, like, they're just honest people I know, and, one of them is my husband, who is, very loving, but is very
Straight
blunt.
shooter.
Straight shooter, doesn't, like doesn't hold back, but, sometimes he softens the blow for me, but he's been pretty straight shooter. His first feedback was I also had an issue because Tom got so much love the first episode. He had so much love and praise, and what I got was Tyler fumbled. It was like go to the bird watching club for me, and he's like, I didn't appreciate that."
Fair.
And I was like,
Valid.
"Okay, so I need to say right now, I love my husband so much, but he
Mhm.
did fumble." So he
I
yeah,
no, we're not talking.
yeah,
We just went over that we're not talking about his faults. That everybody has faults. I also love Julie's husband. He is great. He built a computer. Talk about a hobbyist.
yeah,
He built a computer.
he
And that is very impressive. That is something I certainly cannot do. I don't know
but
if
you
that's something you could do.
it could be your next hobby. Expensive.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
Very talented guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's so wonderful, but I thought that was funny. He was
That
like,
is
"You know,
very funny.
Tom's great, but why did he get so much praise?" So I think he
Yeah,
was jealous, so had to
that's
set
fair.
the record straight.
Tyler is wonderful,
Yeah.
and Tom's not that stuff. He's
Yeah, let's clear the air. The
right.
script is
Let's
wrong.
just let's even the playing fields. My husband's both of our husbands are at the same time wonderful and also just like fine enough.
Yeah. They're as good as they can be for men. I'm just kidding.
No, they're wonderful. They're both equally wonderful, and Tyler, you're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing great, honey.
That is the only thing you've ever fumbled in your entire relationship with Julie, and that's something to be proud of.
Mm. Okay. Emily with a bold takeaway there, but he'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
No. So I thought that was funny. My other coworker, she was so sweet. She was halfway through the episode and she messaged me and she's like, "Is your friend Emily a therapist?" Because she's so kind and you can tell like her empathy just through and I don't think she watched, she just listened and
That's
she
very sweet.
your empathy through your words and she was like, "I could tell you, Julie, were nervous in the beginning and Emily really helped you get over that and get
Oh,
along." And I was like, "Yeah, you're totally right. That's so funny she talks about it at the end of the episode, but yeah, you're right." And then she said, I had to pause the episode because when you got into hobbies, I thought you were gonna say windsurfing, like something extreme.
Okay.
And she's like, when you just said normal hobbies, I was
So
like,
she was underwhelmed.
yeah, but she understands why. But she really thought windsurfing was gonna be the first step for us, and I need to dig into that deeper. Like, she's a beach gal, so maybe she's
Where her
projecting.
mind right, maybe she wants that to be her hobby.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's the
that's
takeaway.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I apologize for anyone that's underwhelmed with our hobby endeavors. We are just two gals trying to just trying to get by with a little
Yeah.
passion. You know, that's great feedback.
I couldn't afford a second fiber opera lady, but they did say if I ever need anything again to reach out, so
To reach out.
yeah,
Especially.
maybe I could do that.
This was great. This was great.
Thanks for listening to I Guess This Is Our 30s. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find us, and we greatly appreciate it. Keep trying, keep laughing, and we'll see you next time.
I do want to double down on rock tumbler people.
Okay.
I don't think they are the same rocks. I had such a hard time finding rocks. I think rock tumblers are replacing their rocks, and I'm gonna
You
die
think
on
so?
that hill. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Or maybe they just live in more
No.
rock. No. Okay. Good rocks. All rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all wrong. There's not one authentic rock tumbler, and I'll die there.